All right, so here it is. This is also a facelift, but it's a two-door coupe with some really bad clear coat damage. The reason I really want to pick this car over the Sulev to actually turbo is, well, this used to be my dad's E46, and he used to drive this to work every day, close to an hour drive there and back. And it's only had a fuel pump issue because the previous owner did a horrible job installing one, and it's went through an alternator, and it's been really reliable. Other than that, it has about 220,000 something miles on it. Runs and drives awesome. Interior is a little dirty, but it's actually a pretty nice sport interior. But if we want to get into the mechanical things here of why this car makes more sense, it has a ZF 5-speed out of a 328 in it. And I did that swap on it years ago. This car used to be automatic, so it already has the ZF drivetrain in it versus the automatic in the Sulev. It's already MS43 swapped. This used to be an MS45 car also. So it just makes a lot more sense. And I think that maybe, since it doesn't look so great on the front here, that this could be a pretty cool sleeper car. You know, I wouldn't mind walking a couple 5.0s in it. No one's going to see what's coming. It has factory sport suspension on it, and it feels really good. There's no way that it's original. I think it's been replaced. So I would probably keep it the way it looks, like this. Maybe a few things here and there that I can easily fix or replace to make it look a little better. But I think this is the car to turbo. Air conditioning works in it, so that's a great start since I'm keeping that. Interior, like I said, it's dirty. The only rip in the whole interior is right here on the seat. Very common, but everything else looks pretty good. So like I said, 5-speed manual. Used to be automatic. Everything's been swapped. The screen in it is messed up. The radio's messed up in it, but that's not really much of a worry to me. I did not punch this one. And this thing was daily driven, so it has 232,000 miles on it. And it's original motor. Go ahead and pop the hood here and check that out. Original motor. It's a 325, and it's seen some stuff, so it could use a couple seals and everything. It don't leak too bad. Valve cover recently just started leaking there. You can see the dirt stuck to it. It has a B30 manifold on it, Diza throttle body, and B30 intake and MAF, all that. The motor is completely unopened, so this would be a great candidate for this. It even still has the cats on it. So this car is pretty well maybe a good example compared to what some of my viewers may have. Yeah, you may have a cleaner one, but there's not a lot that's been done to this, so it could be very comparable if you guys are watching to learn in these videos, since I'm going to do an installation video of almost every single part. The body does have some rust on it, which is a downside. It's only on the arches, but we're not going after this car for the looks. We're going at it for how practical it is to be an actual turbo build. And I don't have to do a swap with the transmission. I don't have to do a ECU swap, none of that. It's just ready to go. And maybe we can all just embrace the idea of making a sleeper and keeping the outside the way it looks. It has a MagnaFlow exhaust on it. One of my favorite sounding exhausts for NA cars. It's actually used to be on my red car a long time ago. So I'll be using that. I just have to get a Y pipe to connect the down pipe from the turbo. So I'm really curious what it's going to sound like. It's not going to be too loud, but then I will have my wastegate dump, so when I get on it, it's going to sound like a totally different machine. Just let me know what you guys think. Yeah, the hood's pretty bad. I guess I could find a hood for it, because if I found a hood, it's going to change it all. And then the trim here is cracked. It has xenons on it, which are pretty cool. I'll take it for a little drive here. It's just a stock 325 with some B30 add-ons, but no lights on the dash. 232,000 miles, original motor, and I think it'll be a good example showing a high mile B25 being boosted. boosted now. Honestly, the NA feels kind of nice. And I will be going with a smaller turbo in this car than my red car for obvious reasons, since it's a B25 and I don't want to have lag. So maybe I can kind of keep the NA feel a little bit and not have that lag anymore. But the suspension on this car feels so good, I love it.